If you are constantly checking to see if you are happy, you will inevitably find that you are not. Happiness is a ghost. The moment you try to pin it down, look at it, and measure it, it vanishes, and you are left with the silence of the room, wondering why you feel empty. It usually hits you on a Tuesday afternoon, or maybe late on a Sunday. On paper, everything is fine. You have the job. You're paying your bills. You aren't in immediate danger. You have food in the fridge. By all objective metrics, you are winning. But there is a background hum of anxiety, a subtle frequency that suggests something is terribly wrong. You feel bored, or numb, or just heavy. You scroll through your phone and see peaks of existence. People traveling, celebrating, achieving. They look ecstatic. You look at your own life, the spreadsheets, the laundry, the commute, and the contrast creates a pit in your stomach. You assume the goal of life is to be happy. So when you aren't happy, you interpret that as a failure. You assume you are broken. You assume you need to change your career, or move cities, or find a new partner, just to fix this silence. But you aren't broken. You are just operating on the wrong definition of success. The Greeks had a word for what we are actually looking for. It isn't happiness. It's eudaimonia. It is often translated as flourishing, but a more literal translation is good spirit, or functioning well. There is a massive difference between feeling good and functioning well. Happiness is a signal, not a place. Biologically, happiness is a chemical reward. It is dopamine and serotonin released when you solve a problem or acquire a resource. It is designed to be temporary. If you felt permanent ecstasy, you would starve to death because you would never get off the couch to find food. Chasing a permanent state of happiness is fighting your own biology. You are trying to live in the finish line, but humans are built for the race. Discomfort is data. We treat stress, fatigue, and doubt as symptoms of a disease. We try to medicate them away with distraction, entertainment, or substances. In a eudaimonic view, these aren't errors. They are friction, and friction is proof that you are moving. Think of a runner. At mile 6, their lungs burn. Their legs are heavy. They are not happy, but they are functioning well. They are doing exactly what a runner is supposed to do. If they stopped running to prioritize feeling comfortable, they would cease to be a runner. Systems over sensations. We tend to govern our days by how we feel. I don't feel like working out. I don't feel like writing. The problem is that feelings are weather. They are chaotic and transient. You cannot build a house on the weather. You build a house on a foundation. Your habits, your discipline, your routine. Those are the foundation. Eudaimonia is the quiet satisfaction of knowing you executed your system, regardless of the weather. So here is the shift. Stop asking yourself, am I happy right now? That question is a trap. It forces you to evaluate your life based on a fleeting emotional state. It creates a gap between where you are and where you think you should be. That gap is where misery lives. Instead, accept neutrality. Most of life is neutral. Washing dishes is neutral. Answering emails is neutral. Sitting in traffic is neutral. These moments are not tragedies. They are just the mechanics of being alive. When you stop demanding that these moments be thrilling, the background anxiety fades. You stop waiting for the next high. You settle into the work. You realize that a good life is not a highlight reel. It is a well-maintained machine. We need to retrain the brain to value function over feeling. Here is one specific way to do that. It takes about 2 minutes. At the end of your day, do not ask yourself, how did today go? That is too vague and invites emotional interpretation. Instead, look at your to-do list or your calendar. Ask, did I do what I said I was going to do? If the answer is yes, then the day was a success. Even if you felt anxious the whole time, even if you were tired, even if you were bored, you functioned well. You maintained the system. If the answer is no, don't beat yourself up. Just look at the system. Where did it break? Was the task too big? Did you get distracted? Adjust the system for tomorrow. Separate your performance from your mood. The irony is, once you stop chasing happiness, you often find it. It appears quietly. It shows up in the focus of deep work. It shows up in the exhaustion after a long run. It shows up in the silence of a clean apartment. But it only comes when you stop looking for it. Focus on your actions. Refine your character. Embrace the friction. The goal is not to be happy. The goal is to be capable. See you in the next one.